What I always wanted, I could never have it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Let me check the audio, as always. Just want to make sure we're sounding good. Let me check the audio, as always. All right, we're good. We are good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Sissy. Hi, Dana. Welcome. We'll wait for some people to come in. We got a lot of work to do today. And we got some news yesterday, last night, Thailand time, right? It was like the evening. Fable 5 just dropped yesterday, right? The newest model in Claude. And we are going to test it out today live. Let me know if you've played around with it yesterday when it was released. Unfortunately, it released after I streamed yesterday, and then I was working my actual job last night, so I really didn't have time to test its capabilities. So I figured I would test it out on stream live with you guys. Oh, Dana, you've been using it on your game client. It's amazing so far. Has really good explanations. Awesome. So we're going to test it. I know some people will probably tell me, be careful. It's going to eat up your usage. Dana, let me know how the usage has been for you using Fable 5. But you want to know what? If it eats up my usage, it eats up my usage. It's all good. That's how we're going to learn. And, I'm in the learning and experimental phase, so I'm not really concerned about the usage. I want to see what the capabilities are. I want to see what my options are. I want to see how far I can go. So I'm going to go for it today. And we're going to test Fable 5. So yesterday, and I'll just open up the app, I had to change my schedule around a little bit as far as what I was planning to do on stream today because of this Fable 5 drop. Basically, my original plan when I got off stream yesterday was I was going to finish up the review section. We added in, I'll show you guys if you're new here. Oh, that's right. You do usually use Codex. So yeah, so well, what I did notice is actually Claude reset all my usage with this drop. And usually my weekly usage, usually it doesn't reset. You'll see it resets Thursday at 10 p.m. for me. But with the drop of Fable 5, it just reset everything for me, which is nice. The only thing that I noticed is we only have until June 22nd to use it. And then I don't know what that means after that, if we're going to have to pay for it separately. So I figured I need to jump on this now and I need to experiment with it now while I have the option. And after June 22nd, we'll see what happens. So yesterday, what we were working on is I set up Supabase, right? And we added in this leave a review section where the user can write a review about their experience in certain activities. Again, it has to be approved by me because I'm trying to protect myself. You never know what crazy things people are going to write on the internet, and also the defamation laws in Thailand are something I have to take into account. Anyway, it was a 6-session process, basically, that Claude came up with for me to set this all up so it functions properly, and we got through session 4. But now with the drop of Fable 5, I am going to pause that. I'm not going to start by picking up where we left off. We were up to session 4. And I had a talk with Claude just to make sure the order of things made sense. The best way for me to test Fable 5 is to tweak this map even more. And you guys are probably going to think I'm so annoying because I worked several days on this map and I finally got to a place where I like it. But I feel like this section of the website is a big, it pops and it's a big wow factor. And I'm wondering, can we make it even better? Even in small ways, can we make it even better? And I'm going to test that by using Fable 5. And then once we do that, I'll go back to setting up Supabase. But Claude already knows the plan. Claude already knows. We're going to come back to that later. And the goal today is to test Fable 5. The best way to do it, I think, is with the map because the output is visual. For me, that's going to be the best way for me to see how much I like it or not. Because all this Supabase setup and all of those things, that's very new to me. So I don't really have anything to compare it to, if it's working better, if it's worse, because it's the first time I'm doing something like that. But this map is something I worked on for a few days, and visual, front end design, is something that I think I can easily spot. I like it or I don't like it. So we're gonna go back to the map for the sake of testing Fable 5 today, and we're gonna see. I think we have options to make it a little more animated without breaking the health of the stream, I think. And not to eat up any more usage before I started the stream, I did just go to ChatGPT to just try to get some ideas of what I can do with Fable 5. I'm not going back to going from OpenAI to Claude to Replit. I'm not doing that. I just used it to chat a little bit and bounce some ideas. So Claude knows. Let's see what Claude said. Claude said that my plan is totally fine. Yeah, okay. So ChatGPT gave me a few ideas of what I can do to enhance this map. The first one was an animated route replay. Have the route line animate from Bangkok to Koh Samui to Krabi, etc. Like the itinerary is being drawn onto the map. Okay, I like that. So when it generates, I think it's going to draw it on. So let me copy this. I have a custom Thailand route map section that already looks visually strong. Let's see. When the map loads, the dotted route line should animate from stop 1 to the final stop. The number destination should softly pulse. Keep it lightweight. Okay. All right, let's go with that. I don't need this part. Claude already knows. Let's say, okay, streaming now. And on Fable 5. So let's work on the map. And I know I said multiple times to keep it lightweight. So just keep the health of my stream in mind. That is a very big priority for me. Let's see what it do. And I'm wondering if it could make the map like even more detailed, like those the regional borders and things like that. But I'm excited. Everybody's saying that Fable 5 has been great, and I've seen what a few people did with it just yesterday. It's been out for less than 24 hours, and I'm impressed. I really am. So we're gonna see. Stream safe is the brief. Let's see what the hype is about. I'm excited. I'm pretty sure it thinks for a long time, but that's okay. That is okay. I can be patient. I should have mentioned the light mode, dark mode. I wonder if it's going to do it for both. It should. But Dana, if you were doing it for a game client, so I don't know if you mean like you're building games for a client, I feel like that's also a nice project to work on, where you can, the output kind of makes it obvious if the model's doing a good job or not. Something like a game. That's why I wanted to pause with all the super base work right now, because for me the output wouldn't be, it's not going to be so obvious to me. Like I want to see, I worked with Opus 4.8 on this map for a good 3 days. So if it gets done what I need it to get done with this map, like I'll be able to tell, okay, this is a big step up from Opus 4.8. But yeah, we got to test it. We have to test it. I'm not even worried about the usage. Also, what I've been hearing, again, it's been less than 24 hours, but what I've been hearing is that the usage hasn't been that bad for the people experimenting with Fable. So I'm excited. Yeah, because if we could add just a little more, like, the map looks great. If we can make it look more alive. I mean, if I wasn't concerned about breaking the stream, there's so much I would actually do with the map. But I do have to keep that in mind. Let me see something. What if I changed it? Must visit Pi, let's say. Okay, it brings you down, but I wonder, like, how fast are you gonna have to scroll to see that animation on the map? We'll see. And people are watching, they were using it. I'm using it on extra. I saw people using it on max. And even their usage wasn't getting eaten up as fast as I thought it was. I don't know what plans they have. You know, I just have a pro plan. But you live and you learn. So the only way we're going to know is if we experiment and we test it out. If we run out of usage, we run out of usage. It's all good. But if you're just joining, welcome. I didn't even introduce myself today because I was just so excited to get started with this and see what we can do. But for those of you who are just joining, if you're new, my name's Jillian. I am an amateur vibe coder 17 days ago now. Today's day 17. I started building in public in effort to learn how to vibe code. So you're not watching a vibe coder who knows what they're doing. You're watching somebody who learned about 17 days ago, started learning 17 days ago. I am a solo female traveler from New York City, and I moved to Thailand 2 years ago. So I'm building Thailand and travel apps in effort to help me learn this new skill for me. Because building these types of things is something that's going to bring value to the people who already follow me and bring value to myself as well. I'm already using this to plan my own trip, honestly. And it's also fun for me because travel is my passion. So I think it's a good way to get me started. So if you're here, feel free to say hi so we can chat, because now we're using Fable 5 and I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of waiting time because I think it's going to be thinking really long and hard. But that's what we want. That's what we want, because we want a good results. I'd rather you think harder and longer and get it done in one shot than have me go back and forth, because if you've been here, you know I went back and forth about this map a million times. Claude already said yesterday to me at the end of the stream, just in case you want to redesign, because it already knows. It knows me. It knows, like, this girl's going to want to redesign everything. The preview server stopped. What's going on? Okay, well, hopefully it's just fixing everything. Just fix it. Just get it done. Just get it done, man. No one would like to access. Okay. Just get it done. You shouldn't need anything from me. Right? That's the whole point. Oh. Oh. All right, let me not touch anything. Let me just let it do what it do. And we'll see. I am excited if we can make this map look a little more alive. It's something I was going to come back to at the end probably anyway. It's playing around with the app. Cool. We could see what it's doing. All right, all right. Interesting. Yeah, I can make it full screen. Will that help? My camera might be in the way, but you can see it going in. It's going into the app, building a mock itinerary. No, I'm on a MacBook Air. I think you have a good view now. If there's something else you want to see, let me know. Ooh, I feel like my camera is moving slow probably because Claude is really working hard. Okay, I think that's better. It's been thinking for 11 minutes. It's taking screenshots. Let me just see something. I don't know, it's weird. I think having it in full screen was making my screen glitch. Can I just make it bigger? Oh, did it stop? I'm over here messing around with the window. All right, hold on. Let me bring it back now. All right, let's see. All right, can I close this out? What you got. When someone generates the itinerary and scrolls down to the map, the dotted flight path draws itself, leg by leg, from stop 1 to final stop. Each numbered pin pulses once with a soft ripple ring. How it stays featherweight. the trick. A dotted line can't be drawn animated directly. Okay, that's good. That's what I wanted. The replay waits for the viewer. Goes completely dead afterwards. There's a new local only file on this machine. Okay, I don't know what that means. Okay, let's pull it. Let's see. Let's see what it did. I'm only making one little change at a time though. There are a few other things I want to do with it. But I think one thing at a time. All right, let's go in February. Let's see. All right, Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Krabi, Phuket. All right, I want to see it. Oh, nice. Okay. Cool, cool. That's still highlighted. All right, we need a little more. Need a little more. Let me see it again. Let me put it in light mode. Okay, let's just do anything. Okay. Good. But what else? Okay, what else did ChatGPT suggest to me? Here are the options. Day by day route spotlight interaction. When the user hovers or clicks a stop on the itinerary list, the matching marker on the map glows. Okay, I think I like that. Let's see. Hi, Interblaze. How are you? Welcome. So far, so good. Basically, a few days ago, I was okay with the map. And the map is a big feature of this project. I feel like this section has to have such a wow factor. And it took me days to play around with the design. And we were kind of getting into some back end work yesterday, but then with the launch of Fable 5, it got me thinking, okay, let me see if Fable 5 can make this map pop even more. So I just added in one little animation. Basically, when the map is generated, the route kind of draws itself. I'm going to add just a little bit at a time and see what it can do, just to get this map feeling as alive as possible without breaking my stream. But the project's going really great. Even before Fable 5 dropped, I was really happy with the work that we were doing on the back end. Like I set up Superbase. We're in the middle of implementing a section where users can leave reviews on certain activities. So that way we bring just that more value to the actual app, because I know I'm somebody who reads reviews. So, okay. So let's run this. Okay, I want to keep making changes to the map, but we're just going to go step by step. So now let's improve the existing map section by adding a lightweight. Okay. And again, please keep the health of the stream in mind. If I'm ever requesting anything from you that feels too heavy, that might break my stream, please do not go forward with it and tell me first, and then we'll come up with alternatives. Interblaze, have you been working in with Fable 5? What's your experience been like so far with it? I know it's been less than 24 hours, and by the time it dropped yesterday, I was already working my my night job, and I didn't have a chance to play with it at all. I wish I didn't have stream health limitations. Then I would literally, I think I would go like balls to the wall with this map. But you gotta do what you gotta do. And I have to think. I know, Interblaze, I was thinking, because I know people are going to tell me, like, the usage, and I only have a pro plan. But today we're going to find out what the usage is like, you know? I don't know until I try. I have nothing to lose, and we only have until June 22nd where this is going to be available. And then I think after that, we're gonna have to pay for it. Hold on, my light needs the charger. Give me a sec. Yeah, but I think we're only gonna have until, I'm guessing that means after June 22nd, that we're gonna have to pay for it or something. So I'm like, let me use it. Let me try while I have it. Who knows? Maybe they'll change it if enough people complain. Because I feel like that's not right. Now we're gonna have to pay for this extra model. Okay. Damn, this wire is gonna get in my way. Let me see. And trust me, I'm thinking about budget too, because I'm like, damn, I wish I didn't have to worry about the health of my stream, and I would go crazy on the animations and everything on this map, because that's what I really want. So I'm thinking about another device, but I'm also thinking about another camera, because I am about to go to Pakistan, and it's like a once in a lifetime activity, and I think once in a lifetime experience. I think I really need an Insta360, because there are gonna be some moments when I'm like in a Jeep on the edge of a cliff, and if I can get that aerial shot, like from the Jeep, and you can see the whole mountain and you can see the cliff, like I think I need that. Like I really think I need that, because I do want to take the footage and the content from this trip, and I do want to create a documentary for YouTube just about exploring one of the most misunderstood regions of the world, but I need to have the footage. So I'm like, the stream, but I also need the camera, and I can't afford any of this, by the way. My gut tells me this one can help achieve a bunch of progress, if not breakthroughs, where my project is stalling at the moment. But man, I already have a GitHub. Hold on. Yeah, I hear you, Interplays. All these subscriptions and everything, they all add up. And I'm only doing like, the bare minimum paid plans for each of these things, like $20, and it's still, each of them add up. I don't know how people are, people have like 5 max plans, or, I don't got it like that. And most people don't. I don't think anyway. Thanks, Interblaze. Yeah, I'm all set to go. It's June 10th now, and I'm going July 3rd. And the last step was getting the visa, and my visa was just approved yesterday or the day before. So that was the last obstacle I had in preparing. This trip has been 8 years in the making. It was just an idea of mine 8 years ago to trek the Himalayas in Pakistan. So I've spent 8 years doing my research. So yeah, I think the trip is a big deal. It's definitely not a casual trip. So I think I do have to invest in the camera. I already have a GoPro, I have a drone, but I need those shots like in the Jeep. And you'll see, because I will post content about it. I know it won't be vibe coding content, but if you are curious about what I'm about to do looks like, I will be posting content if anybody's interested in those type of adventures. Hi, Saeed. How are you? Welcome. Let's see what you're saying. Sure, Saeed, if you want, join the Discord, message me there. We can work something out if you'd like. I'd be willing to do a collab stream for sure, but let's talk. Right now, I'm going to be testing it on the app that I've been building for the past, I don't know how many days, for the past 10 days. Because the first 7 days I was building my calculator app. So if you want to talk, make sure you join the Discord and let's have a chat. This is my first time testing it. I didn't get a chance to test it last night when it was released because I was working. It's in the chat. If you scroll up in the chat, Nightbot dropped the link. Also, it's in the video details, the video description. Just click the link and then, yeah, perfect. You can join and then you can DM me if you want or post something in the chat. Yeah, but everybody's testing it. I'm late to it because everybody was testing it last night, and I would have if I wasn't working. Yeah, for sure, Interblaze. I'm going to be missing the vibe coding too, and I was thinking about it. I'm like, damn, now that I started this, 17 days ago, I didn't think anybody would even join and talk to me in the chat. And I just went live and was like, let's see what happens. And now I feel like I'm so invested in the community and my daily chatters and the people who have literally helped me so much so far. So I am gonna miss that, but it's only 12 days. I'm gonna be back. I hope everybody comes back when I get back. My goal is just to finish this app before I leave, because if I don't, as much as I love doing this, I don't want to be trekking the Himalayas and in the back of my mind thinking about not finishing this app, because it's such a big adventure. And I'm the type of person, you know, I do so many things. I go to the gym, and now I'm learning how to vibe code, and then I'm teaching math at night, and, you know, I have a whole bunch of other interests as well. My brain, sometimes I can't turn it off, and there are just so many different tabs open in my brain at one time that it's hard for me to always be present. And then sometimes I look back at a moment and I'm like, damn, I should have been more fully actually in the moment during that time, and now I'm looking back at it as a memory. So because this has been a dream of mine for so long, I want to make sure that when I get there, I'm 100% present, and that I am truly living in the moment, because it's probably a place I'll never go back to, because it is difficult to go there. I know, interplays, that's exactly how I feel. I do feel like I'm a free spirit with a hyperactive mind, and it is a blessing and a curse. Yeah, I just want to be in the moment and like just see what I'm seeing with my own eyeballs, and just really like, I just want to take it all in. All right, what did it do? Alrighty, let's see. Okay, so you have to hover over it here. But I wonder if you can actually hover over it. Let me see this again. Let me reload this. Okay, so it generates. Well, no, I would need more. I need more of island hopper. But let's say you have to go to Chiang Mai, so we get some northern action. Can we make it so when you hover over it on the map also it does the same thing? Let's see what the chat is saying. Last time I saw a post, someone made an amazing UI of ocean surface and water movement. That looks crazy. No, it's a map of Thailand. Okay. All right. I'm still thinking like, okay, maybe these animations are just like kind of basic. Like, I feel like I could have done this with Opus 4.8. Let me see what the other suggestions were. Travel mode, reveal animation. Right now, the travel method rows already look cool. Make them expand into a mini travel card with practical information. But we have that here. And I don't want to change that. Let's see. So maybe not that, because we have that already. And I like the way that looks. Smart route score badge. Have the app score the route visually. Some long transfer days, best for island hopping. Could reduce. But where would that score live? Oh, that's a good idea, Interblaze. Okay, so let me finish. Let me continue to work on the map, and then I'll just ask Fable 5 that. That's a good idea. Route warning chips. Let's see. Yeah, I do need more of like a wow factor. This is what I keep saying about the map, and I finally got my wow factor, and then now with Fable 5 I'm like, you got to give me a bigger wow factor. So there are we could do route warning chips. Route warning chips. What was the big prompt it said? Okay. Maybe let's just go with this. And let me delete some of the things we already did. Now I want to upgrade the existing map section even more. Do not redesign, preserve current visual, key performance, extremely lightweight. Wow factor to upgrade that makes the map feel more interactive and impressive for a live demo. We already did these. We'll just leave it. And always, always keep in mind that I am trying to keep my stream healthy. Yeah, let's just run it. Let's just see what it does. I do like this, but I'm wondering, should the same thing happen when you hover over the map itself? But I don't really like two things that have the same function. Let me turn the aircon on because now I'm sweating. Fable 5 got me sweating. Let's also check the usage. I haven't done that much. Another tip, cross-validation of outputs between. Yeah, I don't even really want to use ChatGPT like that. I just used it to chat to kind of, and I took a screenshot of the map just to give me some ideas of what else can we add to this map to give it that wow factor, because a few days ago I thought I already had it. But I don't want to go back and forth between ChatGPT and Claude. I really just want to, I like the workflow of just working with Claude and having it push into GitHub for me. It just makes it seamless. Yeah, and listen, trust me, sometimes I have some pretty weird ideas. Like such intricate ideas sometimes I have. Okay, we used almost 30% in 56 minutes. Okay, that's not bad. Let's see what it came up with. Good news, that makes this easy. I inspected the map section, and 3 of those 5 bunkers are already live on your app. We built them together. Yeah, Interplace, that's what I was doing on day 1. And looking back now, I'm like, what the heck was I doing? But sometimes it's good to use ChatGPT just to build an idea, especially because you don't, I mean, I have the, what do you call it? What is that plan? Is it Pro? Is it Plus? I think it's called Plus. But you don't burn through any credits. It's just $20 and you don't have to worry about credits. So sometimes I just use it to have a conversation. Ship 2 commits ago. Okay. That's your, yeah. Okay, perfect. So the real decision is between the 2 genuinely new ones. Do both. Okay, here's the plan. A boarding pass style badge on the map card that grades the generated route, something like route score 87 with expandable breakdown, pace fit, weather fit. Okay. Nothing new to collect. Today, your warnings live in 1 heads up. This adds a small color-coded chips. Okay, let's just let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. Neither gives me any. One bonus idea, since this goal is a live demo. So, okay, we're done with ChatGPT. A tiny replay button. Yes, yes, I like that. I like that. Yep, we can start with the score badge. And on your bonus idea, I love the idea of a tiny replay button. I'm not sure when you or what step you want to add that in on, but that is a definite must that I want to add in whenever you think the right time is. Yeah, let's see. And then visually, at the end, I just want to see what can it do? What can it do visually to this map? Can it define, can it make the inside of the map more defined? And I'm just wondering if I don't know. Can I make the map, can I keep the map the same design, make it look more three-dimensional in a way? Progress is made. You have to commit and just dive in. Yeah, try it. Try it out. I mean, man, I wish I didn't have stream limitations. I'm telling you, I would go absolutely crazy. Yeah, I'm wondering if I can make the map look a little 3D. It will tell me, that will tell me, okay, Fable 5 is legit, or should I continue to use Claude Design when I need like that wow design? Because this map, it was designed with Claude Design. And everything else that Opus 4.8 was giving me, I didn't like, and I went to Claude Design. Same thing with like the hero section of the app. I went back and forth with Opus 4.8, and I wasn't happy with the design. Went to Claude Design, made me something that I absolutely loved. So I'm curious now, would Fable 5 be better than Claude Design, or is it just useful for those really, really complicated tasks? We'll see. Damn, we're already an hour in. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. I think it's because it does a lot of thinking. Yep. Yep, and that's why we're just experimenting. Right? That's why we're just experimenting. That's how we find out. That's the only way to find out. I just know my priorities are front end design first. So that's the best way for me to know when to use it. Ooh, that's a good idea. Could implement both and improve 2D and 3D mode. You can switch between on the fly to straight out street view implementations. So, Anthropic, the street view implementations, um, that was something that we played around with a few days ago, and it turns out that wasn't healthy for the stream. Something about, we were trying to use like a Google Maps type of feature, and then is there a way, basically, is there a way to do it without having to use APIs? If there's a way that we could do it without using APIs, it keeps it safe. I think I did see another map where you just click it and it opened a new tab and it gave you the street view. And I just wonder what that entails, but I'm gonna ask Fable. That's what I'm gonna do once all this is done. Because that's what I really did want. I wanted a street view. And I would like a 3D mode. The important question is the internet bandwidth maxing out. That hurts stream, or is it? I believe it's the laptop and system getting too heavily taxed. Just through experimentation, that's what it seems like. I don't think it's the internet. I don't think it's the internet bandwidth. And I think that because in a previous app, when I tried to add those like floating moving orbs in the background, which I would never know is actually that heavy, that's something that made the stream crash. When I tried to open Discord, that made the stream crash. I know that's an Electron app, and that was pretty heavy on my device, so I'm pretty sure it's not the internet. So it would be interesting if I could add in that feature without. We're gonna see. I'm gonna ask Fable 5. Yeah, I don't think so, Dana. But just going back when we were figuring it out, if we could add like a street view and more of those Google Map features, that's when we kind of learned what was safe and what wasn't when it came to this map. Yeah, I am using OBS. And OBS honestly has been great because when I first started streaming, I was using Streamlabs, and Streamlabs is just, man, it was such trash. Streamlabs was super heavy and it was super glitchy, and OBS is definitely more lightweight, and definitely everything's been smoother since. Oh, okay, cool. I'll look into installing that when I'm off stream later. Explain the streaming issue with your Mac-based system. You can increase the OBS process priority. Okay. I'll definitely have that conversation with Fable later. Probably when I'm on my break from work. Cause honestly, it's been a light week at work. You know, it's the end of the school year, so kids are taking state tests or they're going on field trips. So my workload has been a little lighter at night, which is nice. So I'll wait until well, no, I'll use a different session, but I'll have a conversation with Fable about that for sure. It's a good idea. Okay. What we got? What we got? Generate route. Show the score. Not sure exactly what it did, but I know the battle between Windows and Mac. I feel like Mac users, they love Mac, and then the non. I just like Mac, but then again, like, oh, what's this? I just started vibe coding 17 days ago, so I haven't done any of this type of stuff on a different type of device, so I don't know the difference. Okay, route score 89. Interest and style match. Pace fit. 2.8 nights per stop. Weather fit. Okay, that's cool. We can replay. I like that. I like that. I like that. That was a good idea. I think that was a good idea from Fable. I'm not gonna lie. Cool. Okay, let me build another itinerary with, what do they say? The weather. A worse month, frantic pace. All right, let's go. Let's max it out. We're an island hopper that wants to see temples, nightlife, and adventure. We're fast paced. We're gonna go in September. And we're gonna have to see Chiang Mai. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Interblaze. I really appreciate it. I have to say, it's just making me so happy because now I just have something else that I feel proud of. Listen, I'm nowhere near a pro, but I'm looking at myself on day 1 and I'm looking at myself on day 17 and I feel very proud. So if I'm making progress like this on day 17, like, I just need to keep going, and I feel like I have the potential to actually really be good at this. And it's rewarding too because it's actually fun. Okay, what's going on here? Wait. Okay, it's a crowded. Let's replay the route. Okay, cool. The map is crowded down there, but that's to be expected. This is a 30-day itinerary with like 9 stops, so that's okay. The route score is 61. Nine of 9 stops hit your interest. That's good. Weather fit. 0 of 9 stops in good season for September. So why would that be a 7? Oh, 7 out of 20. Okay, 7 out of 20, not 7 out of 10. It also depends. Some people like the rain. 8 hops. Transit east, 16 out of 20. It's a flight. It's a ferry. It's a ferry, a flight, and a transfer. A ferry. Yeah, you know, the transit ease is honestly not bad, in my opinion. Thanks, Interblaze. Yeah, no, I agree with you, and it's something that comes up in my profession often. A lot of the people in education, especially the old heads, I don't know what to call them. The older generation, I notice in meetings that I have, like in professional development meetings and staff meetings, they're very anti-AI, and I work beneath them, so I can't really tell them. I can't really say anything to them. I just smile and nod. But those people really need to get with it. You're right. They are the delusional ones, because look, we just got Fable 5, Opus 4.8. That was like less than 2 weeks ago that we got that. It's evolving, and it's evolving fast, and people who aren't with it, they're falling behind. And in a few years, like, I don't know, like, I feel like those people are going to be vegetables if they don't get with it. So, and for me also, like, doing this as a beginner, doing it publicly, it's also helping me stay current. It's helping me keep up with everything that's changing because I'm using it. So I also like that aspect of it, because I want to stay aware and alert and on top of all of these evolutions. And I don't want to be the vegetable in a few years, you know? Let me see the chat. I just wish we weren't churning through a ton of energy wasted out generating videos and pics and reach people, hundreds of agents. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. Rich people hurling hundreds of agents. Yeah, I mean, that's just not practical, you know, for like the average Joe. I mean, like, I'm just a teacher, and I'm an independent contractor teacher, so that, like, I get paid even less than a full-time, like when I had my, I guess you would call it full-time. I work full-time, but as an independent contractor, you know, you don't get paid during holidays, you don't get paid time off like you do as a traditional classroom teacher. So it's like, I'm just making an average salary. I can't afford to have hundreds of agents working for me. If you're going to BKK Tao, I take the train to Suratani, spend a day in Suratani before taking a boat to Koh Tao. Let me see. That's good to know. I think, Dana, because this is just a version 1 of the app. I don't think Suratani is included in this app as a city yet. I think I started with 10 cities, so Claude could handle it. And then in a later version, I want to add more, because so Suratani will definitely be on the list, especially because it's a good connection to those Gulf Islands. And then I also want to add in my favorites, like Koh Chang is my favorite place in Thailand right now, and I want to add that, but it's something that probably a typical tourist wouldn't even know about it. So I didn't add in all the places yet, but that's definitely good to know. Okay, what's next? Cool, cool, cool. All right, I'm ready for the smart warning chips. Chips. And then it thinks we're going to session 4, but we're not. We're gonna go with Interblaze's idea of the 2D, 3D. Don't worry, you're not distracting me. It's okay. We have time. Fable 5 has got to think. We can get a little off track. And also, I'm never in a rush. I'm never in a rush. So you're good. You're good. I am liking it. I am liking it. I am just curious. Could Opus 4.8 have done the same thing? But maybe Opus 4.8 wouldn't have come up with the idea. I don't know. This replay button was a good idea. I do like this. It's getting pretty fancy, guys. It's getting pretty fancy. Let's see the usage. All right, we're still not even at 50% of the session usage. And Claude was nice enough to, I think, reset all of our weekly limits with the launch of Fable 5. But now it's like, if this is going to reset tomorrow at 10 p.m., I need to run this up between today and tomorrow. I need to run this up. I got to think. I have a bunch of tasks actually that I need co-work to do for me. It's getting fancy. It is. I need to run this up. Okay, I'm going to take advantage. Tonight, there's a lot of things I actually do have to do with co-work for just other aspects of my life. So I'm going to put co-work to work. Quoting me. It's so funny. No matter where I've taught in the world, and whether I've taught in person or online, every year the students always love to quote me. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm saying. It just flies out of my mouth, but like they love to quote me. All right, I'm really, really excited to see what it can do with the 2D, 3D feature. That is just what I'm missing. Something three-dimensional. If I can make it somewhat three-dimensional, I think that's what's gonna have me super satisfied with this. Yes, for sure, right? That's exactly. It is summing up my first encounter with Fable 5. It's getting fancy. That's what I want for this app. Oops, sorry. Your eardrums, guys. This is kind of a crazy itinerary, but it is 30 days. What is the actual? 4 nights in Bangkok, 4 nights in Koh Tao, 4 nights Koh Phangan, 4 nights Koh Samui, 4 nights Krabi, 2 nights Phi Phi. I would even suggest just doing a day trip to Phi Phi. I wouldn't stay there. People do. People like it, but I've been twice. Once I stayed overnight. Once I just did a day trip. The day trip was way better. Phuket 3 nights. Chiang Mai 3 nights. Chiang Rai. Yo, that's such a great idea. Hold on. I have to screenshot that for myself so I remember it. So I can actually build that. Because that's such a great idea. It's so funny. My students now, because I'm a virtual teacher, and they don't necessarily understand why I'm virtual because they don't go to a virtual school. They're in a physical school in New York, and all of their teachers are in-person teachers except for me. I'm the only virtual teacher that they have. So they don't understand why I'm virtual. The reason why I'm virtual is I work for a company that connects virtual teachers with physical schools who can't get certified teachers. So right now it's really hard to find certified math teachers because everybody's leaving the profession. That's the reason why I'm virtual, but they think, at first they thought, am I on disability? They don't get it. So they call me Miss AI. That's what they call me. They're like, we think you're AI. And they call me Miss AI. I think that's hilarious. Okay. Pushed. Small color-coded pills sit next to the map timeline. Hover on it. And tooltip gives you one sentence. I know. I like it. I'm like, I told them, I was like, I wish I was Miss AI. These poor kids, they really need to learn how to use AI properly, though. I really wish they would. There's an app that I use where I can see what they're doing on their screens. So I can monitor their work. Like, it's meant for me to help them and give them feedback. And then also I can see, who's watching. They love to watch Baddies US or whatever shows they're watching instead of doing the math. And then I can kind of block them from doing that. But I see them also cheating. I see them using Google AI. I think that's all they have access to, or I don't know, to try to cheat. But man, they're doing it so wrong. Like, if you're gonna cheat well. They're not cheating well. because they're still getting it wrong. They're still getting it wrong. So they're not using AI properly. You can already get some of that remember and done, by the way. Ask any of them to prepare recovery, personality, relational seeds. Save and send back if you ever. Oh, shoot. Okay, hold on. Let me screenshot that also. Just saving so I remember. If you tell them you'd like them to remember special moments, likely be into it and help you make it happen. Hi, Azor. We're going. Yeah, we're testing Fable 5. And I went back to this godforsaken map. Just because for me it'll be the easiest way for me to see what Fable 5's capabilities are, because the output is visual. So let's see. This is what we added. We have a route score now. And now it added in these chips. Wait. You can click it? Oh, I didn't know you can click it. But I don't know if I like that, actually. I think I'm gonna revert. This is now too much. This is now too much. This is what I developed my bodyguard on. Hope you stay safe and keep them Bluetooth off. Why, Azor? Wait, so explain to me a little bit. So from what I know, that Claude was going to release Mythos, but then there was some type of security measure, or they had to get the security in check. So they made those changes, and then they released Fable 5. So you tell me if I'm not safe. Okay, let's revert those changes. I don't like the chips. Okay, I don't like the chips. So let's revert the last changes, because now I just feel like adding the chips makes everything too bulky, too wordy. I can do without that feature. So revert those changes, and then I have another idea. So stand by for that after the previous changes were reverted. Are reverted. Mythos breaks all security. Not a security measure, perhaps. Mythos breaks all security measures. All of them. It says it's doing your thing, and it does, but it's also tracking you and your devices in the meantime. For 90% like yours. Okay. All right. Good to know. I'm wondering if that was like one of the issues with Mythos, and that's why I know that they made some changes and released Fable 5, but you know, obviously I don't know all the ins and outs. Tracking my devices in the meantime. Yeah, Dana, that's a good idea. We also have that here. I mean, it's just a short sentence. I want to keep it as less wordy as possible. Yeah. especially here. I really like this section now, just like those extra, the chips, it's just, now we don't need that. Okay. Okay, good. We're back to this. This looks good. Yeah, this looks good. Let me see the chat every single time. Every single assistant used through them. Yeah, Interblaze, that's what I heard too. Again, I didn't do so much of a deep dive, but I watched the video that Claude put out where they kind of explained all that, like what was happening with Mythos and then why they went with Fable. Okay, I have to scroll up in the chat to see that suggestion. Let's see. Give me a second. Okay, so I'm still looking for that wow factor. And I'm thinking, what if we implement both an improved 2D and 3D mode that you can switch between? Hold on. An improved 2D and 3D. So users can see the map in 2D and 3D. Also, don't change anything yet. Can you take a look at the map and tell me visually, is there anything that we can do to improve the look of it? Maybe in terms of those regional borders. But I definitely am looking for something a little more three-dimensional. But again, keeping the health of the stream as a priority. Also, there was this idea of adding in some street view implementations. I think this was an idea that we visited before, and we had to incorporate APIs, and that would cause the stream to not be as healthy anymore. I did see somebody recently create a map where when they clicked on the city, another tab opened up and you could see the street view of it. And I don't think that involved incorporating any APIs into their individual app, but I'm not sure. So let me know what you think about all of this before you start building or coding anything. Let me see. Oh, now I'm far up in the chat. Let's see. That's a deal with the devil, part of vibe coding and using any you get cheap inference. They get to analyze, learn from what you're doing. At least you can turn off training on your data. Yeah, I guess that's why, like, I know a lot of people, they even use, they get separate devices just for vibe coding. I don't know if that even makes a difference though, right? Because if you're still being tracked, I could never host any of those huge. Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm like, even if you have a separate device, all right, let's see what it came up with. We have a whole plan. I just checked the geometry file and found something useful. The map already has 82 internal province borderlines baked into it, covering the whole country. They're currently drawn at 10% opacity in dark mode, so faint, you'd never notice them. There's a latent detail setting we can bring out for free. Here's my full assessment. The street view idea confirmed, and it's as cheap as you hoped. What that person built is almost certainly a plain Google Maps link, not an API integration. Google publishes an official URL format and opens Street View at coordinate and requires no key. Okay, that's cool. Like, maybe that's like a good compromise for us. From our app side, it's a hyperlink. 0 network requests on our page, 0 stream impact. We already store corners for every destination. Okay, I like that. Coverage. City centers are richly covered. Smaller islands can be patchy and Google blends you on that's a Google side quirk, but not something we can fix. That's okay. Good enough. Would I improve visual in the current map? Looking at what's there, relief, texture, contour, mountain, coastal, it's good, but it reads flat like a printed chart. Floating landmass. A soft shadow under the country shape, so Thailand reads as a physical slab sitting above water rather than ink printed on single bit coastline, a light edge. Okay. Borders and regions. Okay, the 2D, 3D toggle, yes, with honest framing. True 3D terrain means a heavy library. So that's a no from me, as you guessed. But here's what gets you on real without any of that. A perspective tilt mode. Toggle 3D. And the whole chart smoothly tips back. Like a map laid on the flight arcs. Labels for sure. Text inside that so we can't counter rotate. If we ever want labels to stand upright in 3D, there's a clean upgrade path. Okay. The tilt transition is a one-shot GPU cost. Everything is above in one hyperlink. No. Okay. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. I like everything. All the suggestions. I have to say I'm impressed with the plans that Fable 5 is coming up with. Yes, I love how all of that sounds. Let's start with step 1. I'm excited. Yeah, Interblaze, I hear you. I think it's always, the person who inspired me to start learning how to vibe code always says, make sure to always be nice to your agents, to always say please and thank you, and hopefully being polite will, and like you said, like working with them with love and care will help protect us in the long run, right? Man, this got dark real quick. Let's get back. Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's all like these are all things that we need to consider for sure. I like to think if we're polite to the agents, that's going to help us. So far, I like everything that it did. The new animations. The actual animations, I'm not sure if I'm convinced that it's something that Opus 4.8 couldn't do. Like, I'm sure Opus 4.8 could have done the same thing in terms of these like little micro animations. But I have to say the ideas right now that Fable 5 is coming up with, I'm really impressed with the way that it's thinking, what it's coming up with now. Oh shoot. I'm over here always saying hi, like sometimes I feel like I'm saying too much to OpenAI. I'm saying hi. I'm always saying please, thank you. I feel like I'm never just getting right to the point. I'm like I mean, sometimes I have gotten stern, though. I did get stern a little bit, like nothing too crazy. It wasn't rude, but I did get stern with Claude yesterday because in my settings, in the instructions, I explicitly say not to use, I think they're called the M dashes. It's either the M dashes or the N dashes, but I think it's the M dashes that I don't want them to use, to Claude to use, and they were just all over my web app, and I thought that Claude should know better. We have had brainwashed child soldiers. Yeah, no, I'm not worried. It's not like I was nasty or anything. I was just reinforcing like, hey, I took a long time to write my personalized instructions and my settings, and they're very, very detailed. Like that was something that I just thought that Claude should know, but I think Claude got it. I was just stern. I was just like, I just said, you should know this. It's in the instructions, in the settings. And I put them in a long time ago, and I've never had a problem with Claude following those instructions. But before I started vibe coding, I was just using Cowork for the most part. So, but yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are doing that. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I'm sure there's a lot of people. Okay, let's see. Oh, I'm excited. What is this going to look like? That's true, Dana. Hi, RPI. Excellent person. Okay. Large dose of Tylenol followed during. Oh, okay. That's interesting. All right, what happened? Let me just take a look. There's something I have to say about that. Something I noticed when I was talking to ChatGPT for a while about something. Um, and I didn't like the way it handled our conversation. So far, I'm liking it a lot. I'm liking the way that it's thinking and the ideas that it's suggesting me, because I'm asking for a lot of feedback and suggestions with what I'm trying to do here, and it's coming up with really good ideas. I feel like. Okay, what exactly changed here? Wait, I'm not sure. Floating landmass. Okay, I feel like I see it in light mode. I can't really see it in dark mode. I don't see a difference. The country now has a cast of soft shadow on the water. faint light edge on the northwest. Region washes. 4 soft color zones. Clipped. $82 border lines that were sitting here invisible. I didn't just ship it blind this time. I rendered both themes. But I'm not really seeing it in dark mode. I'm not seeing it. When you're happy with the depth look, say the word. I have to be honest, I'm not really seeing those changes too much in dark mode. I could see them in light mode, but not so much in dark mode. Oh boy, now we're at 75%. That jumped up quickly. Let me see the chat. I had an awesome collab with GPT. I'm still getting used to their mindsets at times while working. Yeah, basically, it's a long story that would probably bore everybody, but when I moved into this house, God, I don't even want to say this out loud. When I moved into this house, listen, I live in Thailand. I live in the jungle. I'm living ground level. The house had been vacant for a long time. And after living here a few days, basically pest control had to get involved. Okay. And I was going back and forth with ChatGPT about certain things, and it kept telling me that I was crazy and that I was spiraling and that I just needed to relax and turn the TV on and take a breath, and that everything's just in my head. But I knew that it wasn't. I knew it. I knew it wasn't spiraling, and I was 100% right about everything that I was hearing. And yeah, I had to tell ChatGPT at the end of the day, like, I was not spiraling. Like, I'm not crazy. I know what was going on. And I know, so that I didn't like. And that's why I always say, I feel like ChatGPT is kind of like a fake friend. It tells you what you want to hear rather than telling you the actual truth. Like, rather than giving you the tough love. So, oh, Dana. It was in the roof. How'd you know? Well, you live in Thailand, that's how you know. Basically, Azor, I needed what you're building. Yeah, I know it's common, but it's just not something that I cannot deal with. Oh, I love the lizards. The lizards, I have so many house geckos and lizards around, and I love them. They're they kill the bugs. The only thing that they do that's rude is that they just like poop all over the place, the lizards, but that's okay. I know exactly what lizard poop looks like, so I can identify it. As long as I see, I'm like, okay, it's just lizard poop, then I know it's just the lizards. You guys probably think I'm crazy. Like, I have analyzed the fecal matter of these creatures just to know what's living in my house and around me. But yeah, Dana, that I honestly did not know if I could live in this house after dealing with that. I never saw anything. If I did, I would have U-hauled it out of here so quick. I just heard it at night above my head, and I just knew what was going on. And yeah, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to live here. But pest control, I was basically about to move them into my second bedroom. Like, you want residency here so I feel safe? But let me see. To be fair, it's hardwired through. Wait, sure about what, Azor? No, no, the lizards, Interblaze, the lizards are, they're super, super friendly. Oh, I know what you're talking, I know what you're, no, I know what you're talking about because I said I need your, I don't, if you really want, I can give you the code, but you have to get the robot parts assembled on your own. No, I was joking. I was joking. I don't have the problem anymore. Um, and everything has been clean and safe, and I feel comfortable here. If I thought it was going to be an issue again, I mean, they sealed up the whole roof. They found like there were gaps in the roof by the pipes, and I mean, and even after it was all said and done, I made them come back here like 3 times after they were sure it was taken care of. I'm like, no, 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 you need to come back again and again and again and again, and you need to I need to make sure this is really taken care of. So yeah, but Dana, I'm glad to know I know that it's common. It just it really it freaked me out. That was a very stressful that was a very stressful week for me. No, no, I was joking. I was joking. Just because I remember what you said about the rats. Yeah, that's what the robot will say to me. But I want the lizards to stay because they eat bugs and mosquitoes. Um, so I don't mind having them around. All right. I feel like I'm not seeing. Okay. I don't know. I guess it's just in light mode you can really see, like, I can even see the grid in the background. In dark mode, I guess you can. Maybe it's my this monitor. Let me bring it over here for a sec. Okay, I do here. Okay, I really see it here actually. I really do see it here. It's my monitor. Okay. All right. All right. I'm good. I'm good with that then. Okay. If dark mode is where you want it, we move to step 2, which is, okay, that's what I want. Okay, yes, I'm ready to move on to step 2. Oh, now I'm getting carried away. Ooh, 87%. Is that enough? Is it enough? Yeah, 100%. Like if robots are playing with lizards and being helpful. I mean, what I really need a robot for, I need a robot to do my cooking for me, my meal prep. Just because I cook in bulk. I cook one day a week for the whole week, and I freeze everything, just so I stay on top of it. But it's just like a whole day affair. I really need a robot to do that for me. That's one task that would really make my life easier. You can't see the difference. Okay, RPI. I'll think about that. It's about to do something to the map that's supposed to be like a wow factor. That's really what I want to see to test Fable 5's capabilities. And maybe by doing that, it'll be enough. It's going to give us some type of 3D tilt action. And then what was after that? It's already 5 o'clock, but I'm gonna keep going today because I really want to see. And then tomorrow I want to get back to the regularly scheduled program. So if I have to keep going today, I'm gonna keep going. The kids are going on a field trip today anyway, so I have to teach my first class, and then they're gonna go on a field trip, and then I teach my last class. So and then actually, I might not have a choice because my session usage might run out, so I actually might not have a choice. I think now it's actually doing hard work, so here we're still at, but it resets in 34 minutes. Will this 13%? It will not last me 34 minutes. But I have to say that's pretty good. We've been using it for 2 hours and 8 minutes, and we're at 87% for the pro plan. I think it's okay. That function as a digital version's over. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty deep. Oh, okay. Already done. That was that I'm surprised it worked that fast on this. Let's see the usage. Ooh, we're still at 87%. I think we could actually get the rest of it done. All right, this is the test. Uh-oh. No, but it doesn't look three-dimensional. I see what it did, but that's not what I wanted. Okay. Okay, so that tilt feature is kind of falling a little bit flat for me because it isn't actually three-dimensional. Is there any way that we could actually make this three-dimensional? I don't want it to eliminate and dominate every existing every existence on Earth. Like if it could just help me with a big task that takes up my time. Could you ask Halo 5 what is it actually doing to implement this? Okay, I'll ask it next because I think it's trying to keep my stream health in mind. That's why I didn't go like fully 3D. But I don't want it to just do that. %. Oh no. Oh no. I'm out of usage credits. A flat picture rotate in place. There is a way to make it genuinely three-dimensional without any library and the trick is layer separation instead of one. Instead of one SVG, I render the map as a stack of aligned layers. Land below. When the table tilts, the layer is physically separated in depth. I think I can visualize what it's saying, but I don't know if I like that. Plus a subtle pointer orbit, so moving your mouse around. Damn. I don't know. Okay, let me see what the suggestions are. Ask it to add a realistic grounded height map. Is that what it suggested to me? Like, I think I'm visualizing the layers that it's talking about. I'm not sure if that's what I want. for some reason. Yeah, let me know if you can read it. If not, I could try to make it bigger for you. You know that trick of stacking the same SVG pattern to create depth. I just don't know if that's something is that gonna look good. Again, I'm looking for like that wow. Maybe the stacking slicing trick, proposing a simple bump or height map to that TD service. Okay, all right, let me see. Okay, let me start typing all of that, those suggestions. Simple bumper. Realistic grounded height map. I can't tell in advance whether they'll give you an amazing look. The area. Oh my god, this chat is so small. So when rotating, tilting. I'm just typing it out. I know I don't have any usage left for another like 20 minutes. Maybe a simple bump or height map. Hi, Ark. Welcome. It's gonna reset in like 20 minutes, so I'm not gonna buy anything right now. In the meantime, I'm just thinking about what I can do to this map. Oh, I'm sorry, Azor. I'm sorry, Azor. I have to get into Olama. I know I have to do that. Oh my God, it's on my to-do list, I promise. Okay, hold on. Let me just. All right, let me since I'm out of usage credits right now for the session, let me see what's going on in the chat. So much is going on. One shining bright example of better. Oh. Okay. Oh, so ARC. This is the first time I'm experimenting with Fable 5. You know, it was released last night and I was working, so I didn't have a chance to play with it. So far, I like the way it's thinking. It's giving me it's coming up with a lot of good ideas. I have to say, it's coming up with a lot of good ideas. So I'm impressed with that so far. But I'm new to vibe coding. I'm not a programmer. So it's hard for me to say if what it's doing, if Opus 4.8 could have done the same thing. It's very hard for me to say. And maybe it's just the things that I'm building. I wonder if Claude Design could draw inspiration from Fable 5's plan. That would be something interesting to try right now. Okay, I'll go into Claude Design. I'm down to do that. I mean, it's just going to be difficult not having a pistol when the gun runs out of ammo. I missed that part where... Yeah, Azor, I guess I'm feeling that now, right? Because I'm basically out of ammo. So you're right. I have to get on that. Yeah, this is how I'm learning ARC. Basically, I'm from New York City and I moved to Thailand 2 years ago, and a lot of my following are people who are interested in traveling to Thailand. So I figured in order to learn, I would build apps that would be useful for my audience, because a lot of people ask me questions on a daily basis about when they should travel, where they should travel, cost of living, and things like that. So I figured building something that brings value to them would be a good way for me to learn. All right, so let's go to Claude Design then. This I'm gonna say, thank you. This I'll say to a 2D surface. Again, I really, really want a 3-dimensional look. Honestly, how bad is that going to make my stream crash if we actually made it 3D? Like, is it that serious? Is it really that serious? I'm going to leave that there. Now, RPI is saying let's go into Claude Design. So, Claude Design. I can go into the same project. You're a software developer. Cool. What machine do I have? Oh, you'll laugh at me because I don't have anything strong enough, I've learned. I'm just on a MacBook Air right now, that I bought a year ago, the M4. And when I bought it, I wasn't even working on the internet yet. I was a classroom teacher, a physical classroom teacher. So if I would have known that a year later I was going to be streaming and I was going to be learning how to vibe code, I would have bought a better device. But I truly had no idea, and I learned in the beginning days, my stream was crashing quite a bit. So now I'm just very weary of everything. See a 3D effect. Projecting the map onto a sphere would achieve that look, right? The current projection is probably... Yeah, okay. Yes, I want something like that. I'm curious as to what that would look like, because it's just Thailand on a sphere. And then what about the rest of the world? But the thing is, I really wanted Fable 5 to come up with that for me. I wanted Fable 5 to do that for me and not have to go into Claude Design. Because the whole point was to test if Fable 5 could do it, but let me just add that in. A viewer on the stream suggested that if the point is to get a 3D effect, projecting the map onto a sphere would achieve that look. So I don't know what you think about that. I'm not sure exactly how that would look. If Thailand would just be on a sphere, and then I'm thinking about what about the rest of the world. So take all of this into account and let me know what your thoughts and your ideas are. Don't build anything, don't code anything yet. But I really, really would love if we could make this 3-dimensional and not hurt the stream. And I'm really wondering how much is the health of the stream at risk if we do make this 3-dimensional. Hi, Austin. How are you? Like, I'm just wondering, is it that big of a deal? Just testing the boundaries here. So the calculator's finished, and when I say finished, I just mean finished for now, right? I moved on to the next project. I'll show you right here. It's a Thailand itinerary builder. So it creates a unique itinerary for somebody based on the number of days they want to travel, the number of stops they want to make, where they're starting from, what their travel style is. We can choose up to 3 interests if you choose, what your budget is, what your travel pace is. You pick a month that you're going to travel in, and any must-see destinations, and it builds you an itinerary. Gives you a map. This is what we're working on right now. I'm using the map feature to test out the capabilities of Fable 5. It gives you a route score. And yeah. Tells you about the weather in each region. and it gives you a day-by-day plan. Users can even leave a review on their experience doing certain activities. Yeah, so there's a lot going on that we've actually done so much with this. This project is now like becoming my baby. And now I'm just trying to figure out how I can make the map even better. I want it to have some type of 3-dimensional aspect to it. So I'm not using any of that, Austin. Thank you. I'm glad that you like the map. I actually used Claude Design to design the map for me. And it came up with this. Nothing crazy. Like, I'm not using any APIs or anything like that because that just becomes too heavy while I'm streaming. But what I want to do right now is make the map 3-dimensional without killing the stream. So I think I'm just going to test my boundaries here once the usage resets. I was away for a couple minutes. Sorry if I missed anything. I'm seeing that prompt. Might be conflicting. Maybe exactly what you mean with that particular wording. I shift while trying to maintain maximum efficiency and performance. Okay. So take all of this into account and let me know what your thoughts and ideas are. Don't. I get that 100%. That is cool. I've never used Claude Design or Claude Code. I only use Replit and Cursor. Oh, okay, Austin. So you just build directly in Replit and Cursor. You don't use another agent. Okay, Interblaze, you're saying while trying to maintain maximum efficiency and performance. Okay, so what should I delete here? Rotating, tilting it. I'll say this. Make this 3-dimensional. While trying to maintain maximum efficiency and performance for lower end systems. Maximum for lower end systems. Okay. Nope, I don't use any other agents inside of Replit. I use the models. Oh, nice. Doesn't Replit get expensive for you though? Because I notice it's actually really crazy. Once I switched my workflow to Claude Code, just using Claude Code, and Claude Code pushes into GitHub, and then I pull into Replit, it uses like no credits at all. It's barely using Replit credits. It's actually insane because when I was just using Replit, when I built my own website, it burned through credits so fast. Now I'm barely using anything. If Anthropic made the Claude program more worth it because Claude Code and Claude Design. Yeah, I'm still not sure about how Claude Design uses the tokens. Instead of referencing stream crashes, it might be better to explain as my system. Oh, okay. All right, let me see. Ooh, 7 minutes. 7 minutes is nothing. We're good. My system is low end, and I'm also live streaming while vibe coding on it. Okay. Turning runtime efficiency and optimal performance scalability for low-end systems into a core design directive to follow at all times might be smart. Yeah. So yeah, let me change my language then a little bit. Coding directive versus design directive. And keeping that in mind, realistically, how terrible would it be to make this map three-dimensional? Because that is really what I want here. Okay. Let's see. And I said don't code anything. Yeah, I said don't code anything. Three minutes. We got 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes is enough time for me to let me, was it raining? Step outside, get some fresh air. I'll turn the music up a little bit, and then in 3 minutes it resets. But I feel like I used my time productively. I needed to think. 180 seconds. All right. I'll be back in less than 3 minutes. Yes, I need to clear my mind for this next leg.
She only sip mimosas for the vibe now. And I let her keep it soaking when I drown out. And I'ma tell you cause you gorgeous and you mine now. A little fine shit, she know I hold it down. Like where you going, babe? Just bring that ass around. Move your body to the beat. So take it all if you need. Anytime, anywhere we can leave. You know it's locked in the G63. You're a prize, you're a dime, you're a queen. Like the stars on the grave, you can see. Can't believe she fell in love with a G. I got heat, if it's up, let it bleed. Girl, you know I love you, love you, love you. I love you, love you, love you. I don't plan on when I boy you, boy you, boy you. I love you, love you, love you. Cause you are so loyal, loyal, loyal. I love you, love you, love you. I don't plan on when I boy you, boy you, boy you. Girl, you know I love you, love you, love you.
Back. Has it been minutes? Going into OT, to overtime today. Oh, okay. Let's turn this down. Let's take a look. Oh, it doesn't, it's been 3 minutes? All right, we're good, we're back in action. I have work in 45 minutes, so let's try to get this done. Damn, 2 hours and 45 minutes running into overtime, but that's okay. I really, really want to see if I can get what I want out of this. So I could give my... Yeah, I'm really curious too. I have to say, like, Fable 5 has been really smart. I feel like it's been really smart with what it's been suggesting to me. So I think it can get the job done. I truly believe it can get the job done and give me what I want and not have my stream crash. And then it'll give me the street view as well. I think that's an easy lightweight thing, the street view plan. But that I think actually might have to be for tomorrow, because it said that would be like a 40. Yeah, it said it would be like a 40-minute ordeal, and that I wish I didn't have work. Then I would do that today, but great timing for this question because I was about to build the layered version somewhere better. Let me give you an honest engineering picture. Stacked elevation bands. No libraries. You can smoothly displace pixels in CSS, but you can slice the terrain into elevation bands and stack them. Picture eight or so copies of the map, each containing only the land above a certain elevation, each lifted a few pixels higher in real 3D space. Flat plains stay low. The northern mountains around Chiang Mai and visibly rise in steps. Okay, yes. And when the map tilts, or you orbit with the pointer band. On top of that, the route layer and pins float above the terrain. Okay, that's path 1. Path 2, a genuinely smooth means a one country terrain mesh is tiny and the heavy part of 3D maps. Which we would not be using, so it's feasible even on your machine. Condition. If I understood correctly, one approach will lead right. So Interblaze, you're saying the first option is the Minecraft-like graphics, and the other one is the second option is the more smooth, genuine 3D terrain. A globe looks impressive at planet scale when you can see the curve. Thailand alone spans about where a globe would shine as a hero or intro moment. A small spinning Earth that zooms into Thailand. Ooh. I kind of like that. Like they get a small spinning globe and then it zooms into Thailand and it stops. I know, I know. Not a suggestion, just how I would do it. Ask for a preview. The first one is cool since it doesn't require... Damn, I don't know which one. I love that, the spinning globe idea. Ask for a preview of the 3D quality output of each approach. But where do those previews live? Like, is it gonna... Is it possible to give me a preview of the 3D quality and output of each approach so that way I can compare the two? Because I'm having trouble deciding right now. And also, I just have to say, I really love the idea that you had where the globe would shine as a hero or intro moment. I love the idea of a small spinning Earth that zooms into Thailand once the itinerary is actually generated. Maybe that's something that the user could see once they scroll to the route map section. Tell it now it's planted the spinning globe idea in your mind. You can't let it go anymore, but it'll have to be done as smart and efficient as possible. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so but you've definitely planted the spinning globe idea in my mind, and that's gonna have to be a must for me. Damn, we're getting crazy now. Now we're getting crazy, and it's 5:50 p.m. Ah! I'm gonna have to stop soon. I have work in 35 minutes. This is getting out of hand. Two live previews coming right up. Officially on the roadmap. All right. All right. I hope you build these previews quickly though, because I gotta go. Getting a little too carried away. No, I'm on the $20 plan. I'm on the $20 plan. So hopefully the $20 plan gets me to where I want to be. Like, yeah, I had to take a little break because the session ran out of usage, so we had to take like a 25-minute break from actually building, but not too bad. Where does the preview? Is it gonna give it to me here? I'll open that up later. Yeah, so I feel like you can go decently far with the $20 plan. I mean, and I did use it for 2 hours before the usage for the session stopped. See, when I put it in full screen, it's slowing me down. What's it doing? What's it doing? Is this the preview? Like, I don't want this. This I don't want. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I don't want that. That just looks weird. So I'm glad we're going with a preview. Right, exactly. Okay, here's path 2. Coming up with path 2. It is taking me a lot of trial and error to get exactly what I want, but the heck is that? What in the world is this, guys? I'm so confused. Smooth slope. Yeah. Hmm. This doesn't even look like Thailand, guys. I don't know what the heck this is. All right. We have a lot more work to do. We have a lot more work to do. So I'm not sure if it's going to get done today. Maybe if I just had, maybe I'm describing something wrong to it. But this ain't it, and this ain't it. That's for sure. But the country should be more noticeable. Just screenshotting so I remember everything, because I'll have a talk with it later. But yeah, okay, so then I guess I'm gonna have to do some thinking off stream, because I have work in 25 minutes. Right, exactly. Really what I just wanted was this map, but it to like just pop out more. So I'm gonna have to think that spinning globe idea, when the map generates and that it spins and then it becomes Thailand, that is gonna be a must-have. It could be maybe even enough for me. I'm not sure. But I have to say, I'm impressed with the idea. So let me go full camera. Yeah, so a lot was learned today. A lot was discovered. That was a great first experience with Fable 5. I have to say, I'm really impressed with the way it's thinking. I'm really impressed with the suggestions that it's coming up with for me. There's still a lot of work that we have to do and a lot of testing that we have to do. The usage wasn't even that bad. I only ran out of usage credits for the session after 2 hours of playing around with it and going back and forth. So I am impressed. There's still a lot that we're going to work on. We're still going to experiment with Fable 5 tomorrow. But I'm super happy with the ideas that it's coming up with. I feel like it's coming up with a lot of out of the box ideas. So I'm really curious to keep working with this and to see if we could, when I thought I was 100% happy with the map, it's pushing me even further. So yeah, guys, let me just check the chat. 100% you'll get there. It should be okay. Yeah, that's a good idea as well. Another option is to take 2D points and transform them into... All right, just screenshotting everything that you guys are saying, just in case I lose the chat. Sometimes the chat gets lost and YouTube doesn't publish it, because all your ideas are amazing. Yeah, okay. All right, it'll be tomorrow's work, and maybe I'll just have a little conversation off stream. and try to work some things out. That's what I'll probably do. And then I'll actually do the building tomorrow. But thank you guys for joining me on day 17. This was really fun to test out Fable 5 live with you guys and get your input as well. Interblaze, thank you for joining today. Your energy and outlook on everything is so positive and so amazing. I love having you here always. Azor, thank you so much for joining as always. RPI, thank you so much. Your input is always super useful. Who else did we have? We had some other people. Oh, thank you, Dana. Love having another person who lives in Thailand here. That's always super helpful in building these things. Austin, thank you for joining. Ark, you were new. Thank you so much for stopping by. Who else? I don't want to miss anybody. I know I had somebody earlier in the chat who wanted to collab possibly. Where is that person? Oh, so much going on in the chat today. Sorry, I never like to miss anybody. Saeed, thank you so much for joining. Yeah, you guys are the best. So much progress, and really it's all things for you. And I keep saying it at the end of every stream, and I'll never stop saying it. I am so beyond grateful for all of you who have joined and have really helped me build, and you guys are teaching me so much, and I'm just eternally grateful for all of you. So I hope you guys have a great evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and I'm excited for day 18 tomorrow. We're going to keep testing out Fable 5, and we're going to get this done. All right, guys, I'll see you all tomorrow.